guys. So it's been a while, quite a long while, about 6 months I think, and that's due to various things. Mostly Lily's gone off to uni now, so there's I'm often on my own going to competitions. Sometimes Rich comes, sometimes my friend Mel comes, but either way it's not that often, and I feel a bit bad going, here, video me. So mostly we've just been poking off to things on our own and having a lovely time still. We've been showing and dressaging, and this video is primarily Harden horse trials, which we had a blast at. But I just thought I'd pop in and give it a little update on that sort of thing to start with. Like when we went to Sydney Royal, obviously there was more than just me there. It was Lily and my son Cooper, and my mum came as well. And that was a good weekend. We went okay. We didn't do amazing things, but we had a lovely time. And Rhys and Tiger were both in the gelding class together for the first time, so that was nice. Although Rhys, I don't know, he's a bit special when they're sort of together but not, so that's something to consider down the track. But anyway, we had a good time and we took lots of videos and stuff, but then Lily went off to uni with the ones on her phone, and we came back here. I think Cooper's still got some on his phone, and my mum might have some on her phone, and it just kind of never all got put together, and then time moved on and here we are. So anyway, that's the update until now. It's mostly Rhys out and abouting. Tiger's gonna do some stuff again sometime soon. Bumper's pretty happy living a life of leisure. And yeah, so this video, Rhys and I went off to Harden. Rich came with me. We had a lovely time. I made a point of I'm riding Rhys. Yeah. Heading out to go up the road right now. I made a point of I'm not looking at the scores, I'm not looking at any of the results until I'm done. And so we did that. So I kind of didn't want to make a point of like knowing how I was and going, I need to do this, I need to do that. And it kind of made it quite pleasant because we were just going around doing our own thing. And which we did. We were a little bit slow on cross country, which is a bit disappointing because I was almost too fast last year. We had a silly stop, which that was the last time that Rhys and I went out eventing, and we had a silly stop, and I wanted to make a point this year of not going too fast. So I was being very careful not to, and then when we got sort of near the end, we come up to the last narrow creek crossing before the water. We came up behind another rider, and I had to, wait a little bit until it was safe to pass. And so by the time we did that and got through the water and headed off for the finish, we were 8 seconds over, which is disappointing because we would have won it if we hadn't have had those time faults. But I'm sure everybody in the class is like, I would have won it if I hadn't have had that thing. And that's life, isn't it? So anyway, we finished fourth, I think, maybe. I can't remember. I did a post about it at the time. But anyway, I'll add in the videos that we've got and throw it all together on here. So this is our dressage. It's the eventing 45 and 60 centimetre eventing test. It's very prelim like. It's sort of, trot both way, trot and canter this way and you walk, and then you trot and canter the other way. Rhys and I had some words in the warm-up before this, mostly about bending to the right. And, that's not the time and place to be having words, but it is what it is. That's when we did it. And in hindsight, it would have been ideal not to do that. So it was a bit tight, a bit tense, and a little bit cranky pretty much in our dressage, but we still did a reasonable test. I made a point, like I said in the intro, of not looking at the scores. When I did look at the end, he scored 30.6 for his dressage, and we were third after the dressage by less than 2 points. But there was it could have been a lot better. And, everybody says that, but don't they? It was, as well as our words that we had, he was a bit distracted by the cross-country horses going past and the bell over in the show jumping ring that he could hear, and he was a little bit excited by the adventures that he knew that he was going to have, because he does seem to quite enjoy those other phases. So do I. So anyway, we did the best we could at the time, and I was reasonably happy with how it went. In the draw, there wasn't a lot of time in between my dressage and my show jumping, so I went, you know what, I'm just going to do dressage in my jumping saddle, which is what I did, with dressage often running late and show jumping often running on like a move up kind of order. I was a bit concerned that I wasn't going to have time to go back to the float and change my gear, and we were parked right up in the very top corner near the cross country start, and I wasn't sure until the morning of if Rich was going to come, if he was going to be able to help me or not. So I had already planned and thought, you know what, I'll just do it in my jumping saddle and it'll be fine. So that's what I did, and as it turned out, I would have had plenty of time to go and change saddles, but it really didn't bother me doing it in all of it in my jumping saddle, and it was less gear. So yay. You'd think we'd be able to do a decent halt by now, but clearly that's something that we really still need to do some work on. We show jumped clear. We were inside the time, so there's nothing too exciting to report there. It was a reasonably decent round. It's quite amazing standing there waiting to go into the warm-up, watching some of these kids. And I know I choose to do a class that's full of kids who probably all want to move up through the levels, and here's me in my middle-aged pony ridingness, just absolutely happy to roll around, having lots of fun at this height. Maybe next year I'll go up to the next height, maybe. But yeah, some of the kids are just amazing on their awesome little ponies. They just have all the confidence in the world, and they just absolutely roll around. It's just quite amazing. I don't remember if I had that kind of confidence when I was a kid. I didn't really jump at all when I was a kid. I didn't start jumping at all until I was an adult. So who knows? But anyway, good luck to them. Reach got some videos of bits of cross country that can be seen. And Eventful Life were there too, taking videos, but I don't have the downloaded one of that, so can't put that in. But he jumped really well. I was really happy with how he rolled around. He didn't look really at anything. At no point did I go, oh, go. He happily rolled around over everything. He didn't look at the ditch at this jump here. He just went straight over it. And yeah, there was a couple of jumps that were a little bit like, what are you doing, man? Which is this next jump and one later on. But he went really well. We trotted a little bit. I said at the start about the time and trying not to go too fast. And clearly I should have worried about that later than I did. But that's life lessons, isn't it? So anyway, this is nearly the end, and yeah, like I said, we got 4th or 5th. We're not too fussed about that. I was so happy with how he went cross country. That was his first cross country clear jumping. Every other time he's had some kind of silly stop. I think except for maybe the Canberra Hunter Trials at 60 centimetres. He went clear in that, but that was quite a while ago now. Like, that was probably 2 years ago. I think it was before my knee surgery, which is 2 years ago. So, anyway, I was really happy with how we went all weekend, particularly the cross country. It was really nice to get a nice, confident, clear run on the board. And so, yeah, now I'm looking for some other things to go to. We might do some road tripping. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.